What are the timeless messages for Libra? Sun, moon, rising, north node, Venus, even cross watchers. Of course, for those who are viewing or listening, you'll have to decide which side of the energy you're on in this, but I'm going to read it all as though it's towards Libra. I'll talk about it also. I tend to speak it all as though it's past, because when I see it, it's done. But some of you are in the middle of this, or this is yet to happen. But whenever you find this message, it is timeless, meaning you're meant to find it when you do. So where it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, let it fly. Okay. Let's see. What's happening in your energy, Libra? What's going on for Libra? Queen of Swords. That's your energy. Look at you. Okay. I feel like you're about to come into another level of your energy. Can we have one more to go with that? The top. With the Five of Cups. Okay. So Libra, I see you putting boundaries about regrets and sorrow. I see you not looking at things that are sorrowful and regretful. Yeah. I see that you're choosing very deliberately your point of focus, and what you entertain and who you entertain is what I hear. Who and what you entertain. Everything doesn't deserve your focus. Everything doesn't deserve your attention, and everybody isn't compatible with your presence or your energy. And so there's this strong realization of that and application of that truth in your physical life for your own improvement, okay, of your human experience. That's okay. It's okay. I heard don't make no apologies for doing that. Everybody else is out here to get for themselves too. At least you're doing it in a way that's not causing intentional pains and hurts to people. If they're hurt and they're pained, it usually has a lot more to do with their own energy. We have the King of Cups here. We have a King of Cups. Anywhere where you have been looking at sorrows and regrets, Libra, this is coming up here, so it will make you very aware, like that's not serving you well. If you've been focused on what has not worked out in the past, it's not helping you anymore today, because today is a result of yesterday. Today is the side effect of yesterday's mentality and energy state. Your vibration yesterday created all your todays, and your vibrations today will create your tomorrows. So there's this energy here of you being very focused with this Queen of Swords energy and not looking. See how her eyes are closed and she's focusing on her truth, on her sword. She's not looking over at the sadness. Somebody else here in this experience would be very sad because you're giving them the big axe. You're giving them big sword, and it comes out with your truth. Yeah, you've told something to somebody. Oh my God, this is the third reading, and in all of them it has to do with cutoff energy. Okay, this also has to do with your emotional mastery. Your emotional mastery helps you to be very deliberate with the words that come out of your mouth, and very decisive about them. It helps you to enforce your boundaries and not be a pushover, not allow anybody to just come in and push you over and dominate you. All right, you're coming out the gates with, the 10 of Swords. This is a painful ending. I heard you realize anywhere where you were being loyal to someone else was a disrespect to loyalty to self. You said, I can't keep hurting myself like this no more. You kept choosing a situation repetitively that was hurting you over and over again. There's this realization of that happening right now. So you have this opportunity here available to create some change. To know that this universe has more to offer you, that you don't have to sit in this. So you're finding balance for yourself and switching things out that don't feel right. Why are you showing me this? So I'm getting somebody where you've lost a lot of weight. And when I say a lot of weight, it's a lot of weight. But you've been holding on to all them old clothes, and you could swim in them things. If you filled them up with water, they would turn into a swimming pool for you. I see somebody who has lost a lot of weight. Now, whether that's literal, physical, or energetic, like I see you've lost a lot of weight. So I see you removing the memories of that and the evidence of that from your life, because you don't need to hold on to those no more. It's not satisfying to hold on to that no more. So what I see is anywhere where you had a lot of spiritual weight on you, you had people and situations in your life that you were entertaining that was keeping you in that state. And now that you've overcome them and gained the mastery out of them, like learned the lessons and received everything that it had to give you, you're like, I don't need this anymore. It doesn't serve me. Yeah. 8 of Cups. You've already emotionally detached from this situation. You don't feel the same way you used to about it. It used to be really fulfilling to sit there and go around a specific cycle and listen to what somebody had to say about you, about what they think about what you do and all that stuff. And it's just not anymore. None of that stuff is fulfilling anymore. And you're like, there must be more than this provincial life. You're like Belle in Beauty and the Beast in the beginning, where she's singing like, there's got to be more. I've read every book in this library. I've done everything that this relationship. I've done everything in this career. I've done everything here. There's got to be something more. This is not fulfilling me no more. Yeah. The 4 of Wands. It's interesting because something you did in your past initiated you to this path. Like, you overcame. Oh, okay. So interesting. This 4 of Wands is speaking to me in a way that 4 of Wands never has before today, because we have this victory wreath in the center, and each of these 4 of Wands is talking about each of the elements. Okay, so earth, air, fire, and water. This experience in the past, you learned about your physical resources, your emotional resources, your action-based resources, and your mental-based resources. You started putting all those together so you could bring advancement in your life. And what was revealed down that path is, this shit that I've been holding on to so strongly doesn't fulfill me no more. I gotta let go. You didn't feel the same about it no more. And you're like, there must be more. This 3 of Cups. You know what would feel better. You know what's going to feel like joy. You know what's going to feel fulfilling. You've got a glimpse of that. So is it that you had an experience, or you met somebody that showed you that there was another way? You found a different energy in some sort of way. It felt really good. It felt really fine. Some of you, you've been spending some time focusing on one person, and the realization is, you know what? We're better off as just being friends. Okay. I see that as well. Interestingly enough, this is taking you to the 2 of Cups. So as you make this change and you realize that you're just better off as being friends with somebody, you don't feel the same passion, the same drive for it, because you got in tune with your own elements. Yeah. You're being connected with another person who has also those same traits. In other words, there's another person with this 2 of Cups. It means you both have your own Ace of Cups. You both have self-love. That means you can bring that together for a interactive experience is the way I'm hearing it. It'll be an interactive experience. Yeah, anything that's in the way of that, you're moving forward and letting go. Yeah, you're taking action right now to move forward and let go. Some of you have been taking a road trip right about this time. Yeah, you're on a road trip or buying a new car. Some of you have been out in the traffic. You're listening while you're out in traffic. Overall, for all of you, these physical experiences are symbolic as well. Everybody's got something to do. Everybody's got somewhere to be. And what I see is there was a situation where y'all were going in different directions. So you're not tailing each other no more. You're not riding in the same car no more. There's no more carpooling with a certain person. Cool thing is, again, what's coming up is somebody will be carpooling with you. They'll be going in the same direction. You can ride share. That's going to work. Okay. Why are we doing all this carpooling examples for you? I'm not sure, but you do. The 4 of Cups. Yeah. Somebody didn't want to go with you. Somebody didn't want to go with you. Some of you started, I see you started developing more. Your spirit started focusing on your positivity. Somebody else, they see that in you, and they didn't want to be a part of that. They didn't want to be a part of that. But there's a new person coming in as well. This person has found their Ace of Cups. They've got it upright. They've already learned the sorrows of being connected to ones that are not headed down the same path, that they can't carpool with because you're going in a completely opposite direction. They've already seen all that. And this person is showing up. And here you are, knowing your truth, honoring your truth, speaking your truth, aware that there's more here than this provincial life. In other words, you knew that this life had more to offer you, and that experience with somebody who kept trying to take you the wrong direction because you were riding in the same way. Well, take me over there. No, I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. Yeah, that was over, done, said and done. And I see justice in your cards now. I see justice with the 10 of Swords and that Ace of Swords. I see 11. It's showing me justice, air sign energy. And you are an air sign. Yeah. I just see like you're closing cycles with stuff that just was not fulfilling, because you know that there's something more fun. You know that there's something more satisfying and more fulfilling available for you here. Yeah, so in your outcome energy, look at you, the Emperor, taking the authority. You're taking the authority. You have the final word. You're the dominant energy. You're taking action. You're no longer waiting for somebody else to take the action. You're no longer waiting for somebody to show up and do it. No, you're taking the opportunity to make this change and do this for yourself. You're not waiting for somebody to come along and take care of it and handle that or none of that stuff. Yeah. And we have the Tower. This is a dropping of the ego. This is a self-realization. This is an epiphany. This is false things falling down. Anywhere where you thought it was for somebody else to come in and be the one who decides. Oh, I can't wait for somebody to choose me. You're becoming the chooser. You are the one who decides. There's one way, honey, and it's your way. What are you choosing? They're not choosing you. You're choosing them. It's not choosing you. You're choosing it. This is about protection as well. The Emperor makes choices that are best for everyone involved. Anywhere where you realize you were putting somebody in a position that they were not qualified to fulfill, you're no longer doing that. Now you're going to screen more diligently and make sure that a person is qualified to be put in the position before you give them that honor. Yes, and with the Six of Cups, yeah, these are illusions from your past. These are illusions from your childhood. These are false ideas about the past. You're letting them go. Some of you, you've just been holding on to the pain of an ending, of a relationship that ended, right? And it's like, oh my God, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? That was never true. You're realizing where there was some things that were not true, but new connections are opening up for you. So this washing away of these past beliefs and past ideas so that you can set your boundaries to them, and not accept, no longer looking at sadness. I'm not sad. I'm not regretful about it no more, you say to yourself. You've got your crown on and you know what time it is, and you've had realizations about what was in the past. You went through every cycle of a situation in the past. Now, what have you learned and what have you become and how have you grown? Yeah. We have the Queen of Cups here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy is spiritually receptive. Yeah, I see intuitively you're getting this awareness about how you have stepped into your truth, taking your authority back in your life. I mean, did you have some false idea that somebody else had more power in your life than you did? Like I said, you were looking for somebody to bring something to you, to contribute something to your life, to make it better, to make you what you were. It's almost like you identified too much with some other person or situation in your life, and you're like, I actually am not that. There's this realization of that. I also see you being more in receptive mode coming up. Yeah, receptive to the fact that, oh man, this is a level up. I have liberation. You have the World card here. Yeah. And interesting in this World card, usually she's naked, but in this World card, this girl is in full armor and she's got a long flowing skirt as well. Yes. So I see with this full armor, I just see like you realize that it's okay for you to act in your own best interest, to do things that will preserve yourself. Okay. You're starting to have a new emotional perspective about whatever this ending is. You're reaching a changing point about this ending that's leaving you more empowered. Yes, it's going to give you authority. You're going to be ready to take some action. Yeah, you're going to realize like this was protection for you. Some of you are just realizing at this time, like whatever this love was you thought you had, it was actually very backstabbing. I heard it was actually very backstabbing. All those places where you had false illusions about what it was, it's like you're not letting it hold you down no more. You're not getting all sad and beating yourself up because that's what you're realizing it was. No, you're like, I'm so glad I'm free from that. I'm so glad I'm free from that. Now, what will I do? I have time, space, and energy available to do some new things. Some of you, I see you traveling, world traveler. I hear world traveler. You're going to go and you're going to do some world traveling. I see you traveling across the seas. I see you traveling across the waters. I see you taking some big trips for fun. I heard for fun, some things that have been on your heart for a long time. You're finally going to get to do. And some of you, like this situation you let go of, as you think back in the past, like you realize how you blocked yourself off from so many opportunities by entertaining this situation. And now it's time for you to get about your business and go do some of those things. This is like, you know how you see those movies and there's always this lady who's like, yeah, I gave up my whole career and everything to take care of you and the kids. And now the kids are gone to college and I'm going to go do what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a this, that, or the other. I see you going to do what you always wanted to do. I see you going down that path that you put off long enough. Yeah. Yeah. I see you going down that path that you put off long enough. And I see that as you go out and you venture into the world, you're going to find love in many different places. This is not just one love showing up. You're going to be interacting with different ones who are like-minded, who can appreciate you and your value. And when I say love, that doesn't necessarily mean romantic, but you're going to find a lot of people and things that you love. You're going to find some beautiful energies as you go out and experience the world in a different way. Yeah, I hear experience the world in a different way. So let's get my handmade oracles going for you. It says, there's no use in trying to understand. It's too far away from your own consciousness. Boom. Why did they do this? Why couldn't they see me? Why was it like that? Get out of the why it was like that. What did you learn from it? You'll never understand those lower base consciousness, right? You're never going to understand why they were that way. But what you can understand is why you were the one that allowed that in your way and what you can do about it now. That you're cutting to the core of it with this Ace of Swords. Yeah. Incoming. Brace yourself from impact. Someone or something tries to work against you. Forewarned is forearmed and success is foretold. Yes, I just see that you're getting the truth and realizations now about how someone or this experience was working against you. I heard the whole time. It was always working against you. That realization can be a little bit tough to swallow. Yeah. See, and what is it? That you were sleeping with the enemy? Fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck. You were sleeping with the enemy. That's not a good idea. The enemy is out to kill you. They don't care if they kill you physically or spiritually. They just want to kill you. They could even try to kill you financially. You realize that. Yeah, and you can't understand why. Stop trying to understand why. Because it's focusing on the wrong thing. That point of focus is going to keep you cycling through that same experience. And you're not, and your energy, your opportunity right now is to go into a completely different experience. Yeah, and completely let that go. What else do we have? By a process of elimination. Yeah, and they've been eliminated. Damn. And they've been eliminated. So whatever that looks like, they're not here. They've been eliminated. You had to eliminate the enemy. If you haven't done it yet, the time is coming. Yeah, because you have the Chariot right here in your position of what you're doing. What else? I am open to the infinite possibilities this reality holds for me. Yeah. The problem that you had is you kept looking to try to understand this person and shift them according to the possibilities and potentials you could see in them. That was not working, and you didn't know why it wouldn't work. If I love them harder, if I say the right thing, then they'll change and they'll be better and they'll love me right and all this stuff. No, they were working against you. So here you are trying to do everything to help, to evolve them, to love them, to get them to understand and accept your love or whatever it was. The whole time they was out there working against you. Okay, in your life, working against you. I hear spinning your wheels. You were spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. Spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. So Spirit comes in with a spiritual black ops mission. We're going to get you out of there, baby. You just hold on. We're going to get you out of there. So they're showing me this movie. I think it's called The Room. It's actually a pretty creepy movie about this girl who was kidnapped, raped, bore a child, and the whole time was kept in this basement or in this one room, kept hostage in this one room. So this little kid has lived his whole life in this one room from the moment he was born until he's like 8 years old or something like that when he finally gets out of the room. And when he comes out of the room, the child is so traumatized from having lived his whole life in his room that at one point he runs away and he runs back to the room because that's all he knew. His reality consisted of that room. And it took a lot for the child to develop beyond that mentality. So Spirit has been working with you to get you out of the room, quote unquote, you were stuck in, and get you out of the mentality that's going to take you back into the fucking room. Because when that's all you know, there's nothing else that's comfortable. If that's all you know. So Spirit had to show you, like, there's so much more for you. There's so much more possibilities for you. You don't need to be stuck in this room. I see things differently now. I get it. Now you're starting to realize with this epiphany, this tower moment here, starting to realize that you were sleeping with the enemy the whole time. Starting to realize that, there's a different way to do things, that there's a different side of life. There's so much more to this life. There must be more than this provincial life. And there is. There's so much more for you to experience than what you've had. And you're ready. You're ready to see the other side. You stop sleeping with the enemy, and you stop trying to worry about why they did this and how come they were like that. And you start putting your focus where it mattered. Like, what are the possibilities here for me? I'm so good at finding possibilities for others. Let me find the possibilities here for me. The world has so much to offer me. What do I want? And then, boom, you speak up. Throat chakra activation. You speak up. Okay, you speak up. You're like, nope, no more of that. I know now clearly what I don't want. So I'm going to choose differently for me now. Yeah, this is where you begin to choose something more beneficial to who you are and what you are now. And you speak up. You speak up for yourself. You speak up as an advocate. Some of you are becoming an advocate for others, speaking up on, to create more awareness, to create empowerment, because other people have also been stuck in that symbolic room. And you're like, let me create more awareness. Some of you with the Queen of Cups in the world, you're telling the whole world. You could be doing what I'm doing, creating content that tells the whole world the truth that you've discovered. Yeah. There are too many missing pieces of information in your story. I don't feel like I have the whole truth. You realize you did not have the whole truth. You were stuck in a one-sided view that was the same thing that had been offered to you. And somebody was working against you to keep you in that same state of view. And it could have been not even just a single person. It's like everything in your life, it seemed like, the governments, the authorities, the overall energy on earth was keeping you stuck in the same point of view. But there's a break happening. Spirit is coming, making a shift, right? And anywhere it was a specific person that kept telling you something, the Spirit breaking you out of that. Yeah, baby. Look it. And then we have Ho'oponopono. If you don't know Ho'oponopono, this is a great word to learn. It's a Hawaiian word, and it's a practice of reconciliation and forgiveness. In one word, it says all of this. It says, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And that's the energy that's going to help you break out of this situation. So if you're still holding onto any resentment, or anytime this energy of this situation or this person comes back into your mind that was that quote unquote room that you were stuck in for so long, pour some Ho'oponopono on that. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I forgive you. Somebody says that's really hard to say. I get it. But that's where your liberation is going to come. And how can you get in alignment with saying something like that? By realizing how you're free of it. It helps you appreciate the awareness, the expanded experience that you have now even more, because, it's like somebody who's only lived in one room, and now you find that the whole world is available for you. And boy, it could be a little bit scary at first, but it sure is nice to get out and have some fresh air and have parks and stores and restaurants and experiences and a fucking bed and a whole house instead of just one little room. I'm just saying, you could go to the movies instead of watch that little TV. What else? The current path is blocked, stalled, troubled for a reason. Don't resist, turn around and go with the flow. Like I said, there was something here where you could have wanted to run back into the room, but that enemy energy, as soon as you saw the truth about that enemy energy, it caused you to put up this protective energy to take your authority and say, never again. I will not choose that for myself ever again. I will not allow that for myself ever again. And now that I've been broken out of that confining room, I'm going to choose some new things, do some new things, have some new experiences. And you're speaking on it, and you're opening and asking for it. Yeah. Your mind is being opened at this time. We have the myopia card coming out. Nearsightedness, lack of imagination, foresight, or intellectual insight. Somebody doesn't want to see you talking about what you're talking about. Somebody doesn't want to see you break out of that room. Of course not. You served them very well by being stuck in that room, by being stuck in those confined quarters of doing only and having only that perspective. Yeah, you realize that it was just a fixation. But now that's coming blocked. You realize that somebody here is still stuck in the same mentality. There's no use in trying to understand it. You're never going to get anywhere with that. So let's go ahead and pull a card off the top of each of these decks as a final guidance for you at this time, Libra. Whenever you find this message, we have Temperance coming out with, from the guiding lights, you're going to have to do something different and uncomfortable to reach the destination you've chosen. This is about you moving forward and having a lot of emotional shifts, a lot of different perspectives about what you've been doing that was keeping you stuck in a stuck mentality, stuck in the same situation, and realizing where there was enemy energy in your life. And it doesn't matter what the blood relationship is, or how long y'all known each other, or how long you've been doing the same thing. There's this energy here of you switching out something for something better. And I'm here, and when you first do it, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to hurt you, though. It could hurt you emotionally because your brain is having a hard time accepting it. It could hurt your brain when you think about doing things differently. And while you're doing it, you're going to have your brain going crazy, because this is about you moving differently. This is when that little boy and his mother finally escaped the room. The mother had lived out of the room before she was kidnapped, but that little boy lived his entire life in that room. So there's a freak out. If that freak out happens, the one thing you don't want to do is run right back to that captivity that you had before. So watch for that. And remember, this new life, this new energy that you have is going to feel uncomfortable. And that's great, because your comfort zone was so limiting. It was a cage. Your comfort zone was your cage. You're free of your cage. You've never done this before. This is good for you. Let yourself expand. Let yourself grow. Ask for understanding. Ask for what else is possible in this. Yeah, what else is possible in this? What else is there for me to experience? What else can I observe and learn about this life? What other experiences are there here for me? Because you didn't have them before, but you're ready. You're ready. It's just going to feel uncomfortable because it's different. You've never done this before, and that's okay. That lets you know that you're getting closer to your dreams, because you're going into an energy that you've never touched before. This is what I have for you at this time, Libra energy. Thank you for your thumbs up, for subscribing if you're new, and for returning if you're coming back. Thank you for your love donations and your personal consultations. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. And I'm out.